to move to Republican strategist Tony Delgado on the conversation we've been having. Welcome, Tony. What would you say just about that last point? Because I would say that the so-called moderates in Virginia, New Jersey outperformed expectations, where Mamdani, pretty much hit the expectation. You got about 50% of the vote in a deep blue city in New York. How'd you see the election night from your perspective?
Well, I mean, here's the reality. President Trump wasn't on the ballot, and the Republican Party and the conservative movement and MAGA, they need to be able to find a identity outside the wrecking ball and political force of nature that is President Donald Trump. If the conservative movement and the GOP don't get their act together, then it's going to be Democrats that are going to be partying in that ballroom in the next 3 years in 2028.
No, I think you make a really good point there because, you could make, as we were just talking about, I've heard those on the left make the argument, I think there's an argument to be made that there was some backlash to the Trump policies last night, on immigration perhaps. But your point's an even bigger one because whether that's true or not, it doesn't matter. This Republican Party really hasn't won on big elections unless, this is going back a decade, Donald Trump and his name appears on the ballot. That's the issue going forward. I feel like J.D. Vance recognizes that. I looked at his post to social media earlier. That's his issue. That's other Republicans' issue from here on out.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the issue, right? And the Trump 2028 hats are really funny and they're going viral. I'm actually here at Mar-a-Lago. I just spoke at the CPAC Investor Summit, and Laura Trump made a joke and she said, hey, it's Trump 2028. Well, we don't know which Trump it is, right? That Trump energy is contagious, it's electric, and if the Republican Party wants to survive, they need to find an identity outside of President Donald Trump, or they're going to be in trouble like they were last night.
All right, well, quick point on the Trump policies. I had Mike Lawler on last night, moderate Republican from here in New York, just above the city, is the district he represents. And I asked him about the backlash question about whether any of this was that type of a message. And here's part of that. Here's Lawler.
Well, I think when you look at the numbers, people overwhelmingly across the country, including in Latino communities, support securing the border. They support the deportation of criminal aliens. What they don't support is, an overarching roundup of those who are here undocumented. It's part of the reason why I've been a co-lead on the Dignity Act.
Is that fair, Tony?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we supported the Dignity Act, and we actually had Salazar speak at our conference in Miami. And even the president himself has made remarks saying that, people who are working in agriculture and hospitality and hospitals, right, undocumented people who have been here for 5 or plus years, they're not a threat to society. They don't have any criminal background keeping them here. But now it's legislators' job to actually push some laws through Congress to actually make that a reality.
All right, Tony Delgado, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. 16 past.